come to our post-match press conference to review the game between Kaizer Chiefs and Cape Town City, and the winning coach, Eric Tinkler, is here to answer your question. Coach, can you give us a summary of the 90 minutes that you saw?
Yeah, I think it was a very, very tough game. I thought we started the game quite well. First 10-15 minutes. We looked to try and play on the front foot. We looked to try and put them under pressure immediately from the front. And we forced them into a mistake from that pressure. And Craig Martin got us the lead. But I felt at that stage of the game, we needed to put our foot on the ball a little bit better. We didn't look to retain the ball for long enough periods. We were struggling to make 2-3 consecutive passes. And we needed to control the match a lot better. They started to open us up a little bit. Both Blom and Frosler playing in the wide areas very, very high, forcing both Craig and the young man Jaden having to defend very, very deep. And then when we won the ball, we didn't really have an outlet. So we had to soak up quite a bit of pressure in that first half. So half time we looked to change it just to give us a little bit more cover at the back, allow ourselves to have an out ball. So we went to a back three. You know, the young man Jaden, I thought he was playing superbly well. He seemed to grow as the half went on. But tactically we needed to make a change, and we needed to control the ball a lot more. So we wanted to bring in Paul McCullough. He would give us that. And I thought in the first 10 minutes, we looked a lot better. We started to have a lot more possession of the ball. But a lot of credit needs to go to Kaizer Chiefs. They worked extremely hard, put us under pressure, and then on one of our counters, we managed to get the second goal. But yeah, I think again, we needed to hold the ball a little bit better for longer periods, shift it from side to side, look to play the diagonals, because I felt we could have hurt them a lot more, especially on our transitions into attack, because they started committing more and more players forward, and they were leaving themselves very, very vulnerable on the counter. And we didn't really take those small opportunities that we did have to hurt them on the counter. But fatigue started setting in. You could see it. You know, we only played 3 days ago against a very, very tough team in Mamelodi Sundowns. We had to work extremely hard defensively against them. So a lot of credit has to go to my defense, because again today, absolutely superb performance defensively. Even with the changes, Fasika being out and Taimi, I thought the young man Patrick Fisher done a superb job at right back, and I see a bright future for him. And I think, you know, very, very happy for the team because of all the hard work that they've been putting in. I think we end up deserving the points here today.
Thank you, Coach. Ladies and gentlemen, over to you. Questions for the coach?
Can you also just take that mic down a bit? It's too high. I don't know what you
That should be better.
Okay, you want to see the coach's face?
I'll stand this side.
Coach, in the bigger scheme of things for your season, what does this win means? And also, just to find out, did you guys play this match under protest?
No, I think it's massive. This game was massive for us, because obviously we go to 44 points and we find ourselves now only 1 point behind Royal AM. The other important factor is we create a bit of a gap now between ourselves and Orlando Pirates, and then obviously for those that are sitting 7th and 8th, we've created a nice big gap. So I think we've basically guaranteed ourselves a top 8 finish, which was obviously the most important factor for us as a team this season. although we wanted to win, or at least achieve a top 4 position, which we currently find ourselves in. And if we can achieve that objective, we'll be extremely happy with ourselves, you know. But like I said, the team has responded extremely well since the start of the second half of the season. And I don't wish to comment on the next question.
Okay, next question.
Coach, Lorenzo from Interski Times. Obviously, you guys remain unbeaten in 2022. 1 point behind Terwilla in and probably a more favourable fixture list than Chiefs, Pirates and Terwilla in themselves. How much confidence does this victory give you guys going for chasing that CAF Champions League spot? And is it something that you want, seeing at how other teams with less resources and less squad depth have struggled in CAF football, especially in the Champions League?
I think it would be massive for us. Our objective, as I said, is to try and finish in the top 4. But where we currently see ourselves, it's up to us, although we know that they need to drop points. But, we've given ourselves a chance to potentially finish in that second spot. But these last 4 games are not going to be easy, irrespective of whether they have more difficult games than us. Whoever you play right now is fighting for maximum points. We've got Chipper next. That's not going to be easy away from home. We saw how they played now against Orlando Pirates and how difficult they made it for them. So very important we don't allow complacency to set in, which is always a threat, especially after a big win like this. The celebrations go on too long, and then Wednesday you don't pitch up. So what becomes important right now, going back, good recovery, and then refocus ourselves for what's going to be a tough task away against Chipper. But you go in there, like you said, this is our 10th game without a loss. I think the last time that happened was in my first season at the club. So we have an opportunity to maybe break that record and go 11, so that will be our objective. In terms of Champions League, obviously, that's where you measure yourself, as players, as coaches. You want to be playing in those competitions, and I think, that's ultimately where I would love to be. I've been there before, I've experienced it before, and I know how good it is for a person's CV, but not only for us as coaches, but obviously also for the players at Cape Town City.
Yeah. Go.
Thank you. Chobozisi from Far Post. Coach, going into a game against Kaizer Chiefs without Tammy, young Patrick coming on, how's been his progress since joining the club, and how did you prepare for this game? I mean, the young man seemed calm and no nerves, from watching him. How did you prepare for the game?
Yeah, I saw Patrick when he was playing for Cape Town Spurs, and already then he had already a bit of a taste of what it's like playing at the higher level. And progressively he's got stronger physically because we've put him through a very rigorous program, and he now can compete. And tonight, against Billiat, one of the best strikers in our country, one of the best dribblers in our country. His stats is the highest in the league in terms of his dribbles, and Patrick done extremely well, dealt with him very, very well. But what I like about Patrick, he has a certain arrogance about himself and a certain confidence about himself. So he's not someone that you need to put under pressure, or you could put him under pressure. He's able to deal with it. But he's been patient, very, very patient, waiting for his opportunity. And the good thing, his own captain has a lot of trust in him. So Taimi gave him obviously tips prior to the game. And Taimi, right at the beginning of the season, said to me, "Hey coach, I'm going to have to be on my toes. This young man has talent." And he's right. He's going to be a very talented right back. And I think, tonight in the first half there were once or twice where I felt he could have been a little bit more positive in attack, looking to get forward, because we know that Dolly and Billiat are not really going to be tracking, so we could have created more situations in the wide areas with both Terence and Patrick. But like you said, this is a big match for him. He has to come in against a big club like Kaizer Chiefs, and I thought he performed extremely well.
Yeah, second bite for you,
Coach, we have reached the tail end of the season now. Are you in a position to share who has been the outstanding player for you this season, sort of the player of the season?
I think there's been a few, if I must be honest. I know that Kickoff has already put Hugo Marks there, and I tend to agree. The game against Sundowns was our 12th clean sheet of the season, and Hugo came in with a lot of experience, a lot of leadership, and I thought he's had an absolutely fantastic season. I think Tada, our centre-back, also tonight I thought he was absolutely superb. The game against Sundowns, absolutely superb. Defensively, in the first half, Hugo didn't really have to make many saves, and a lot of that reason is due to the defensive structure and guys taking responsibility like Tade is at the moment. So I'm very, very happy, and I think he probably would be also up there for that accolade. It's difficult because there's so many players that we got rid of in the first half of the season. There were 7 of them that moved on, and some of the new guys have really stepped up. And Mbina again tonight I thought was absolutely superb. The amount of steals that he makes. Picked up a yellow tonight. Fortunately, it's only his 3rd. So right now I would probably say those 2.
Coach, you're obviously praising a lot of your players now, and sometimes that can be a double-edged sword. A club like Cape Town City doing well, other teams are going to come sniffing around. Are you confident that you can keep hold of the core of this squad? Do they believe in this project since you've returned? I spoke to you at the start of the season, and you said
yes,
you were much more mature, coach. You know what you want. City know what they want now. Do they believe in this project now, or are we going to see something similar where they just pluck your best players up team again?
No, I think ultimately myself and the chairman opted to make the changes when we made them, and those were the changes. Those 7 players that moved on, the ones we've brought in, we've said to ourselves, well, this is what we are building on for next season. No one is for sale come the end of the season, but there's always a price. Something massive comes for one of our players overseas. Sometimes you can't turn that down, and for a player itself, I think that's got to be the objective. Locally, you shouldn't be wanting to move locally, you should be wanting to move internationally. So, as a club, that is something we will never turn down, obviously, if it's at the right price.
All right. Brilliant. Thank you, Coach. Good luck for your game against Chippa on Wednesday.
Thank you.
And the rest of the season.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.